Hi guys, we are here with Alana in the Amazon trip that I did in 1990, many years ago. See the first slide?
This is Vovo and Amazon River, and you can see how the Amazon River is brown because, well,
A lot of mud.
there's a lot of mud there, and then a lot of rain, so it rains a lot, and the mud slides so in the water, so that's why it's so brown water. This is a picture of like a place in a jungle that Vovo went to, and Vovo took a picture of it because he thought it was very cool. This is Vovo right right here. I know he doesn't have a beard, but that's a sin because it was a long time ago. Okay, next slide.
Yeah, this is, we went to a reserve there for animals, and then they have all sorts of monkeys and raccoons, and then we have this deer, and I got this deer. It does not look like me, but it's me. You can trust that it's me. What happened here, Alan?
I don't know, but it looks like this boat is sinking right here because half of the boat is not up. And so, yeah.
And I was the captain of the sinking boat. And there, what's that, Alana?
The leopard right here, and I guess Vovo and another guy's petting it, which is really scary.
You know what's that?
It's a leopard.
Well, they call a jaguar. A leopard should be in Africa.
Jaguar and a leopard's not the same thing.
Well, there is a little bit of difference. Leopard is from Africa. Jaguars are from South America, and they call in South America onça.
Yeah, and South America is down below us, and Africa's like all the way over on the other
So they
side
have a
of the
little
world.
bit different on the spots, the leopard and the jaguar. Hello guys, Vovo's Adventures. Now we went to Amazon River in Brazil. I stopped a little bit to talk about the islands on the Caribbean. We still have 2 islands to go because Alana was here and Alana said, Vovo, I want to record with you. And then we did the introduction of this with Alana, as you saw. But there is so many other things that I want to show you. So I have to complement these adventures in Amazon. This was done in 1993. So this is about 27 years ago. Um, right when we arrived in the United States. Yeah, guys, you were not born yet on that. But so we went to Amazon, and this is the boat that we went. It was a mission trip. On that time, Vovo was a doctor. As you know, Vovo is a doctor in Brazil, was retired. I am retired being a doctor, and but I was there with students from Loma Linda School of Medicine and Loma Linda School of Dentistry. I was the doctor in charge, and there was a dentist that went with us in this trip. And this boat is where we sleep. Our house, it was the boat. Our house in the water was the boat. Continuing Amazon, Vovo's adventures. Let's see what's there. You are gonna see the pink dolphin. Is this really Vovo? Do you think it is Vovo? It does not show like it's Vovo. Let's see. Ah, now it's better. I put a little bit of beard because on that time I didn't have that beard. So whenever you see a guy there with blue eyes, this is Vovo, okay? Don't get. I'll tell you, but I was much younger on that time, and I didn't have a beard, so I put the beard there. But after a year, after a few years, I grew up a beard. So it's me, okay? This is this was a wonderful trip, and here we see the river, and we went in a boat similar to that, and then we went for towards um, the city of Barcelos. I will show my in the map where I was. But this is another aerial view of the Amazon River. It's an exciting place, I'll tell you. And here is where I went. Let me just locate this with you. Um, so this is South America. By the way, this is Brazil, and this is the Guianas here. And in that point here, you have Trinidad. Remember, we visit Trinidad and Tobago. Those are on that part there. And this trip was in north of Brazil. I was born in much south of Brazil here. It does not show where. But we did this trip in this part of the Amazon that is in detail here. We went from Manaus to Barcelos. Manaus was the capital of the state of Amazon. The state of Amazon is all of this, is one of the biggest states in the country. And then we went from Manaus to Barcelos. Let me see. Yeah, that's this yellow line here show where we travel. From Manaus to Barcelos, it took us, I believe, 2 or 3 days in the boat. So it's not that far. But the only way to go there is by boat. And then boat is very slow. In this part also you see the two rivers here. We went to the yellow part here, but this is the Negro River. The Negro River comes from the north part of Amazon, and then the Solimões River comes from the south or from the, I would say, west part of Amazon. And then they got together here and they formed the Amazon River. And the Amazon River, if you show in this picture, it goes until it reaches the Atlantic Ocean here. It will deliver its waters in the Atlantic Ocean, and then, by the way, it goes many miles of sweet water in the Atlantic Ocean. There is an interesting story that there are some ships that were traveling here, and one specific ship, it was they were getting sick because they didn't have water, and then they were going in this direction, and they could not drink the water from the sea because the water was salty. When you are thirsty, you cannot drink salt water. So they were kind of dying of thirst there. And then they found another ship going around, and then the guys in the ship that were dying from thirsty, they called the guys there and then to the megaphones and say, "Hey, we need water. Do you guys have water, please?" And the other ship had responded, hey, just got the water from the bottom of the sea. And say, well, we cannot drink the water, it's salty water. And then they said, no, you are close to the Amazon River, and then this water is sweet water for a long distance from the coast. The river is delivering sweet water. Just jump in the water and drink sweet water. And then the guys were saved, and they jumped in the river and they were able to drink sweet water from the Amazon River. Okay, let's go back to our trip here. Here we have the encounter of the waters. In this part, this river, Solimões River, was going and then was joining the Negro River, and then they got together, and then from here on, it was the Amazon River that was named after the state of Amazon. We went to this part of the river. We went against the current. We went to Barcelos, and this is the city of Manaus here. In the city of Manaus, we have this theater here. This city it has more than 100 years. And 100 years ago, this place was very rich because this was the capital of the rubber production in the world. You know that rubber comes from a tree that is very common in Amazon. And on that time, they built up this theater and built up many other buildings, this old building also, because they have a lot of commerce with rubber. Yeah, rubber that they used to make tires was initiated, was born, I would say, was invented or discovered in Brazil. And then they have this city used to be the capital of the rubber in the world. Here is, you see a little more part of the modern city is a huge city with a lot of buildings, lot of cars, lot of streets, lot of constructions, and lots of boats, because most of the part of the city is Amazon River here. And then we went to this, from Manaus, we traveled north to the city of Barcelos. Barcelos used to be the first capital of the Amazon state, and now the capital is Manaus, the city that we saw before. Along the river, we passed to some villages and some small cities. And here we stop in one place, and then they have this accordion that was sitting there. And I used to play a little bit, so I got together with another lady that played the guitar, and then we played together, mostly for the children to sing. We don't play just for fun. We play, and the children around, they will get together, and they were always around us, and we sing a lot of music with them, songs. And here we have the slot. Can you believe that? This is a kind of a monkey. Um, this slot is a very lazy animal, very lazy monkey. And he goes very slow when he goes in the trees, and then he's always laid back, he's always sleeping. And then we were able to pick it up with a stick, and it was like that. And we don't touch it because it has a big nails that can that the animal can bit you, but in any case, it was fun to have this animal there. And then I found this alligator skin. This was a big alligator. Can you see that? It's almost my size. And then somehow in this village they got this alligator, and then they took the skin, and then they got the skin there for us to see. You see a boy there. This is how they live in this village. I mean, they is everything is on the river. The river is their bathroom. The river is their shower. The river is where they got water for food and for drinking and all of these things. If it were not the river, they would die. And they eat the fish from the river too. And then this is our house in the water. We used to sleep on this and travel from city to city until we get to that city of Marcellus on this boat. Then, as I mentioned, Vovo was a doctor. In this trip, Vovo was examining people sometimes in the open air. We have our office is just on a shed there. Sometimes we brought them to the boat and then we examine the patients there. And sometimes we have a clinic. Say ha. So some villages have small clinics, so we would go there and check the patients there. I was checking the patients, and the dentists were pulling up tooth. Um, in this trip, we checked more than 1,000 people. It was a lot of people between me and the dentist. And then when we stop in the villages, we have churches. So this is a Seventh-day Adventist church in one of the villages there. And then we stopped there, and Vovo was one of the preachers. Yeah, here Vovo was preaching. And I remember one night I was preaching in that village, and there was a bat that came directly from yes, a bat, a flying bat. He came directly from the door, and he was coming to my face. And I just got a reflex, and then I got my Bible and tried to swap that bat. But fortunately, it tore from me, and then a gentleman in the church was able to catch it. Um, it was scary. Yeah? Yeah, they have a lot of bats there, and the bats in Amazon, they are not like bats in California. They can beat you. They are vampires. They eat the blood. They like the blood. That was crazy. Then sometimes we give lectures to the audience, and this is two students from the School of Dentistry. So they were talking about how to protect, how to prevent oral problems and keep the teeth clean. And I was there because they didn't know how to speak in Portuguese, so I have to translate what they are saying. So they spoke in English and I translate to Portuguese because the audience is only Portuguese speaking audience. And here is my team. Vovo is here. This is the dentist. This is a dental student on that time, dental students, and then the other was dental and medical students. And then this is my bed. This is where we slept all night. It means that it was a hammock. Yeah, there was no bed. Everybody has to sleep in a hammock. And then we have this net, is a mosquito net that protects us against the mosquitoes. Otherwise, the mosquito will eat us alive. There are so many mosquitoes there that is crazy. And then our daily shower. We didn't have a shower there. Our daily shower was, we have a bathroom for other needs, but to take a shower, we did in the river. And then we have here is a medical student, dental student, and then Vovo here is swimming and taking a shower at the same time. It was fun. And you see the Negro River, the waters are so dark. And then we have the encounter of the waters again. Um, Here we have the Solimões River, and here we have the Negro River, and then they form the Amazon River, and they will go to the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, on this direction. We went this way here until we reached the city of Barcelos. The encounter of the waters were just in front of the city, or very close to the city of Manaus. And then we have this animal here. This is the pink dolphin, and I will show a little more about it. See, it was a very beautiful animal, and it was interesting because this animal was always following us. When we stopped the boat in some places, we look around and there are pink dolphins around. We went to swim and they were around. They didn't come closer to us, but they were a little, maybe less than 100 yards from us, maybe 50 yards from us. And then maybe they thought that we were fishermen and that we will give fish to them, but it looks like they are very friendly and they are very playful. I have a movie that talk about that show a little more about the dolphins, but
Of the many curious creatures you'll see on the Amazon, most curious of all may be the pink river dolphins, who are as interested in us as we are in them. Of the world's 5 species of river dolphins, the pink Amazonian dolphins are the largest and most intelligent. And no, that bump on their head is not their brain, but an organ that helps them move about and communicate through echolocation. The dolphins are usually gray when born, but take on various pinkish hues as they age. They're often solitary, but also travel in small pods and are undoubtedly social creatures. The pink dolphin are friendly and have been known to nudge swimmers ashore or bump up playfully alongside boats. You'll see them swimming alongside our ship. The local name for these cetaceans is boto. Indeed, their curved mouths give them the appearance of always smiling, and without doubt, you'll be smiling when you are greeted by these beautiful, intelligent Amazon creatures.
And here we have we went to a place, a hotel in the middle of the jungle, but they have several of these animals. They have these monkeys that are crazy, and the monkeys will go inside of your clothes and then they will go around, and so it was crazy. It was funny. And then we have the fruits of Amazon. Here we have bananas. They have a lot of bananas, but they have some special fruits. You see there's some melons, some pineapple, and then the bananas, but they have some fruits that they only have in Amazon. I'll show you. That's the cupuaçu. I love this fruit. It reminds me of the fruit that I used to have in Asia, and I will show a video when Vovo went to Thailand, and then we eat the fruit called durian. This is similar to durian, and the taste is also weird. It looks like something rotten, but it's delicious. I mean, it's not that I like rotten things, but the ice cream that they made with this fruit is superb, is delicious. One day you will try it. And here is the tree with the fruit on the tree. Cupuaçu is called. And then we have açaí. Açaí is a kind of a little bit of like a date. It's similar to a date that grows in a palm tree. And this palm tree gives the açaí. Açaí has a lot of properties similar to blueberries. It has something called resveratrol, anthocyanins, phytochemicals, and then those are very rich in properties that are antioxidants that decrease inflammation, that can prevent a lot of diseases, including cancer and heart disease and even diabetes. So açaí is a very popular plant you can find in the United States. By the way, I have açaí in my freezer because I got one time with a good price. It's still there, and it is very good to make ice cream with açaí. Here is the fruit. You can eat the fruit directly, but it's not that sweet when you eat like that. So you have to put a little bit of sugar or another sweetener and then make an ice cream or use this with something else. Let me show you some other ways that they eat açaí. Here they have banana, açaí cream, and granola. Huh? You can have your breakfast with açaí in those places. That's delicious. And then the same açaí that produce the same tree that produce the fruit açaí produce palmito. Is a palm tree. Palmito is palmito is the name in Portuguese, but is called for you hearts of palm. You might have eaten those because sometimes your mom might have cooked those. I know that I have given you some hearts of palm in the past. Maybe you don't remember. It's also called the Brazilian asparagus because it kind of resembles the texture, not the taste, but the texture of asparagus. Brazil is the biggest producer of palmito in the world. 80% of the palmito is produced in Brazil. This is the trees, the açaí trees that produce the palmito, and then the palmito is inside of the trunk of the tree. So they have to cut the tree and then take the skin, peel off the skin, and then inside they found the palmito. The good thing is that there are three types of palmito in Brazil. They have the palmito of south of Brazil. They have the palmito from Pupunha, that's another tree, and they have the açaí palmito. The two other types of palm trees that give palmitos, they have to cut the tree. That is a tree that goes maybe 30 feet high. 30 feet divided by 3 is gonna be 10 meters. 30 feet high, they take the tree and then they cut 1 yard and the rest is gone and the tree dies. There's other two. But the açaí tree, no. They can cut the tree by this part and then take the palmito from the upper part and this part will grow again. So that's why it's very good type of crop, because you don't need to exterminate the trees and the forest. They will grow and grow and continue growing, and that's the good thing. Açaí from açaí tree, palmito also from açaí tree. Next time you ask your mother to prepare a salad with palmito, it's delicious. I love palmito. We are getting to the end. This is called igarapé. It's a brace of the river that comes from parts of the river. Is different than branches of the river. This is parts of the river that invade the forest. We have a solid or dry land in both sides, and we have that part. Usually this is the part of the river that they might have the piranhas. You don't want to see a piranha because you put your finger in the water and you get just bones. Well, it's not like that. Piranhas are not that. This was a little bit of Hollywood thing that they did. I swim in the river every day. We spend 20 days in Amazon. We swim every day. I never got poked by any animal there. I never seen a piranha at all. I just see a piranha in the museum there. And this is the last slide. I hope you enjoy these adventures in Amazon. And one day maybe you can visit or go with Vovo in a trip to Amazon to see all of these marvelous things that they have there. See you later, guys, for the next Vovo's adventures. Bye-bye.